It's got the feel of cotton once again. I mean classic cotton. A lot of you college football fans are probably a little bit too young to remember when the Cotton Bowl was right up there in the top four with the rose, the orange, and the sugar. Not the Fiesta, the cotton. We go back to the mid-'80s and before that. Legends on the field in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl every year. Earl Campbell, Herschel Walker, Dan Marino, Doug Flutie, Bo Jackson, guys like that every year, and top 5 programs every year. Mark Rogers TV here to preview Oklahoma and Texas A&M. We've got a blast from the past as well as a taste of the future in Johnny football. Redshirt freshman quarterback Johnny Manziel, the Heisman winner, and Texas A&M and Oklahoma. Both 10-2, top 12 in the BCS, and this game is being talked about more than any other bowl game than the BCS National Championship game, and for good reason. It's a sexy matchup. Oklahoma, Texas A&M, and of course, Johnny football. He's a given. He set the SEC single-season record in yardage, 4,600 yards, 24 touchdowns passing, 19 rushing, 43 touchdowns out of this kid. Now, how's the Oklahoma defense going to cope with that? We think not. Defensive coordinator Mike Stoops is headed off to Kentucky, but first is going to deal with Johnny football. He came back from Arizona after getting fired as the head coach of the Wildcats to fix this defense. Missed assignments and a soft run defense and blown coverages have haunted the Sooners in recent years, and Mike Stoops was supposed to fix that, and it looked like he did for about 4 or 5 games. They played Kansas State really tough, lost that game 24-19, but contained Colin Klein and company. And against Texas, they just dominated up front and took the ball away, winning 63-21. But now they have gotten ripped down the stretch. It all started with the Notre Dame game. They got dominated up front, and the ground game of Notre Dame shoved it down their throats. And then the big passing teams in the Big 12 really exposed Oklahoma. Oklahoma State, West Virginia, and Baylor racked up big yards and big points. This is the stat of the year for the OU defense, 778. It's inconceivable for me to think that a defense gave up 778 yards, a defense especially like Oklahoma. But that's what they gave up, the worst in school history against the Mountaineers, despite winning that game 51-48. They've got no great players on defense. No Tommy Harris, no Gerald McCoy, nobody like that. Roy Williams, Teddy Lehman. Those guys are gone, and they've not been replaced. Senior defensive lineman David King's probably the best, most sound player. The best unit on defense is by far the secondary. Tony Jefferson's possibly the best player on defense, along with King. Demontre Hurst is a good player, and Javon Harris leads the team with 5 picks. But think about this. No Oklahoma defensive player ranks in the top 50 in the country in tackles for loss. The defense does not get into the backfield and create turnovers, make sacks, make negative plays for the offense. And we don't see it coming in this game, not against Johnny football, and especially not against the best offensive line by far that they faced this season. Luke Joeckel and company at Texas A&M, one of the best offensive lines in the country. Oklahoma fans, we need to hear from you because we just don't see it in this becoming a classic football game. It's a great matchup on paper, but Texas A&M is dominant on offense, and the OU defense has been very disappointing this season. Need to hear from you now on Mark Rogers TV.